now the details. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us. The President of the Republic of Rwanda, His Excellency Paul Kagame, has noted that the most important thing for the African continent in terms of development is for its leaders to work together and make the right choices. The head of state made the statement during a one-on-one conversation at the 11th World Government Summit in Dubai. We have the details with Adams Kwizera.
On Monday morning, President Paul Kagame participated in a one-on-one conversation with CNN's news anchor and correspondent Ellen Jacobs, as their conversation retaliated on various key points, including leadership and governance, with the aim of solving the insecurity issues globally. President Paul Kagame pointed out on the role of the nations in ensuring the capacity of preventing wars and massacres that takes people's lives.
Countries, nations, regions, international institutions should be there, in fact should have been there to ensure that there is a capacity to actually prevent these things that consume people's lives and like lives are worthless, to prevent that or to quickly stop that wherever it is taking place. But we don't see that happening. So there is a big question mark, therefore, to those in whose hands there is so much power that they have all kinds of resources to use for that to happen, and yet it doesn't happen. So we need to go back to the basics. There must be things that people know, whether it is equality, whether it is a fight against division, and preventing people using divisive politics to which underlies, in most cases, these tragic happenings across the world.
Retaliating on the permanencies that the African continent is getting at the global arena, such as G20, President Kagame expressed that the main thing is that the African continent should work together in order to raise a strong voice.
We need to organize, to be together, to have a voice, a strong voice, because there are many resources on our continent. Why don't we leverage that so that the rest of the world also is interested in working with us in a cooperative way, rather than just telling people to follow what they have decided.
In this one-on-one conversation with CNN's Ellen Jacobs, also pointed out on the continent's insecurity issues, mainly based on the coups occurred in recent years. Here, President Paul Kagame has demonstrated that solving these problems should be addressed, starting from its root causes.
We have also to look at the root cause of that. It is easy to condemn coups and say it shouldn't happen. It is right. But at the same time, we need to ask ourselves the question. We understand it that way, yet the coups actually keep taking place. So that means there's something lacking, and therefore that's what takes us to the root causes. In most cases, it comes down to two things. One is, people talk about leadership and so on and so forth. Leadership needs to be looked at in a sense of the weight carried by those in leadership to make sure that they serve the interests of their own people and for their prosperity. In most cases, that doesn't happen in some places. The other is about governance. You have leaders, you have how they use that responsibility to govern the entities that they are leaders for. So that's when you see coups happening, you quickly go to that place. It's not just the military taking over, power that is for the civilian entities. So it's about why does it happen?
President Kagame also noted on the role of the governments of the African countries in terms of the production of natural resources and determining the right decisions for the African continent. The 11th World Government Summit brought together leaders, experts and senior officials from more than 150 countries to address future trends and shifts on the global level, as well as ways to foster collaboration regionally and globally. Adam Squizera, RTV News.
Thank you, Adams. Now, President Paul Kagame met with Professor Klaus Schwab, the founder and executive chairman of the World Economic Forum, and Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, Director General of the World Health Organization, on the sidelines of the World Government Summit in Dubai. The Rwandan head of state also met with President William Ruto of Kenya, as well as President Faustin Archange Touadera of the Central African Republic. Now back to matters here in Rwanda. Economic experts have demonstrated that the achievements of the country's industrial sector in the last 7 years of the National Strategy for Transformation, or NST1 as it is usually referred to, have served as a pillar towards the country's larger developmental objectives. We have the details with Prince Mansi.
Industries that add value to agricultural products and mineral processing contributed to the country's achievement of having the industrial sector contributing 21.7% to the country's GDP by June this year. The loss from our activities, we now have a plant that collects them, and this plant collects 3 tons per month, and this led to the increase of the produce from 2 tons to between 10 and 12 tons. We have the capacity to process 144 tons per day, and we can grind 42,000 tons of maize per year. This demonstrates that we contribute in citizens having a market for their maize and have a good quality of maize flour. We are also able to export. On the 21.7% as a goal, 0.7% is remaining, yet from 16.5% in 2017 as industrial sector's contribution to the country's GDP. The industrial sector is on a 70% growth rate and made up of 30.1% of the total exports. Economic expert François Kanimba demonstrates that with this progress, the sector aligns with the country's aim of being the industrial hub in the region. When you look on the financial security status and the development of the financial sector, you find it pleasing compared with other African countries that still struggle with providing loans, and this hinders the entrepreneurs. The Minister of Finance and Economic Planning, Dr. Uzziel Ndagijimana, reiterates that in the first quarter of 2023, the industrial sector increased by 16% compared to the same quarter in 2022. The sector increased by 6.3% in the second quarter and 8% in the third quarter. Another promising sector is the mining sector that is increasing but not on the level we want. We also have exports in the industrial sector. Another measurement is increasing the made in Rwanda products for the local market, which can contribute to the decrease of the imports. We are enhancing the achievement of this. In 1,119 local industries, 311 were established in the last 7 years since July 2017. Prince Manzi, RwandaTV News.
Thank you, Prince, for that report. Officials in Rwanda's Ministry of Youth and Arts have noted that the inaugural Kigali Triennial International Festival that will begin on Friday and run for more than a week will be an opportunity to promote art and culture while strengthening the bonds of different participants that will take part from different countries. The participants include the Rwandan French actress and beauty queen Sonia Rolland, who will be among the more than 200 artists taking part from 25 countries around the globe. The government of Rwanda has decided to support such initiatives because of the potential they hold in the promotion of different arenas, especially for young people.
It is our greatest pleasure to receive the Kigali Triennial or Triennale de Kigali, which will be happening between the 16th of February, so this coming Friday, all the way to next Sunday, so Sunday the 25th of February. So for us at the Ministry of Youth and Arts, it is a great honor not only to be a partner of this great initiative started between the city of Kigali and the Rwanda Arts Initiative, because we see this initiative as an opportunity to not only highlight what the culture in Rwanda, what the arts in Rwanda have to offer to the rest of the world, but also establish strong partnerships. As part of this festival, we will be seeing, first of all, over 25 countries being represented here in our city of Kigali. And for next week, there will be also activities happening up country, again, in the aim of democratizing the arts and making sure that the visibility of art is not limited to the capital only, but is also taken up country, where the districts of Musanze, Burera, and Rubavu will also be receiving some artistic activities related to this festival. We are seeing this as an opportunity to bring to the next level the need for new cultural spaces in our country, the need to develop the skills of our young people, as this triennial will be including some workshop and master classes. And again, on behalf of the Ministry of Youth and Arts, we see this as an opportunity to showcase to our local talents what is happening outside of our country, and showcase to foreigners visiting us what is happening in our country in terms of elevating art and promoting a creative economy.
Experts from 28 different countries, part of the African Organization for Standardization, have gathered in Kigali with the objective of establishing unified standards for food products. Once approved, the 200 directives focused on fruits, fish, milk, coffee, tea, animal feed, and more are expected to boost intra-African trade.
I am so proud of our experts. Yeah. Our experts are not paid to do this work. But when you look at the work that we have been doing, we have, to be exact, 1,869 standard, harmonized standard. It's their contribution, it's their expertise. I am happy that we reached a level where you can get at 28 countries, not 5 countries, not 3 countries. It will help our continent to utilize one standard. It will help our continent to increase the trade among ourselves. Does intra-Africa trade gonna grow?
It is expected that the General Assembly of ARSO in June this year will approve the directives. The organization was founded back in 1977 and Rwanda joined in 1998 and has since established more than 1,000 standardization requirements. Now, young people who studied abroad, be it those who returned afterwards or decided to remain in those countries, have nevertheless played their part in Rwanda's national development by helping other young people here in the country to make progress. We have the details with Christelle Uwase.
Benjamin Rukundo and Innocent Mugisha, after studying in China and Poland, decided to return to Rwanda and create work that developed them and helped other young people.
I'm a CEO of EduPath Limited, a company that helps students to go study abroad and come back. So for us, we as EduPath, also we decreased the prices, like 30% of the price. Like before it was 1,500 USD for the application of finding a school and visa application. But for now, we decreased 30%. So right now it's 1,200.
Before I went there, I was a banker for more than 10 years, but I decided to go there to proceed my master's there. But to change all my mindset, I came as an entrepreneur. So in Poland, I started 2 ventures. The one is called the Iconic, and the other one is Tanganist. I saw how people with digital skills are getting more income than other people. It gave me the idea of like starting a school of teaching Rwandan kids digital skills.
On the other hand, there are young people who have stayed abroad, but they are doing activities that change the lives of many people in Rwanda.
Since we talked to you in 2013, we have raised over $1 million Canadian.
Since we talked to you in 2013, me and my sister, we have raised $1 million Canadian dollar. We built the houses, their schools, we feed them. So I wanted to appreciate the land you've given us. I'm a teacher and my sister works with the immigrants. So we decided to work together and help our people.
uyakorana Immigration Canada ariko kubera ko twavuze ngo tuzahahe neza ariko dufashe abiwacu jambo rimwe banyarwanda bacu n'inshuti z'abanyarwanda.
In one word, dear fellow Rwandans, what we do, we send $200,000 annually coming from our pockets and our Canadian friends on a volunteer basis. So let me challenge you. Let us not let the government do the work alone, but also let us work together as a community.
Government hikore yonyine.
I want to once again thank you. I think
Rwanda Day that was recently held in Washington, D.C., in the United States of America, the head of state, His Excellency Paul Kagame, appreciated the youth who contribute to the development of the country and urged them to continue.
the young people of our country, we want to be able to rely on you, to believe in you, to get a sense that you've been brought up in a manner that is going to be meaningful and to put Rwanda in a place where it deserves to be. So those in business, in politics, in philanthropy, in faith organizations and different things, we welcome you. We thank you for many things you're already doing. But we have to be aware there is more to come. There is more expected from all of us.
Currently, the collaboration of Rwandans studying abroad and those in the country continues to bring positive results in various fields, mostly in education, such as professions, languages, and entrepreneurship. Christelle Ouasse, RwandaTV News.
That's the news. I hope to see you again soon. I hope you have a great week ahead of you. Goodbye.